Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Why dost thou sit upon my grave and will dead lips to speak? Why dost thou weep upon my grave and will not let me sleep? My breast it is as cold as clay, my breath is earthly strong, and if you kiss my cold clay lips, your days they won't be long. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk. When will we meet again, sweetheart? When will we meet again? When the autumn leaves that fall from trees are green and spring up again. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk.
Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Wraith Life Derailed. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
I am Tam Shu, and I play Isaac Candy.
I am the Squishy Bear, and I play Margot Fallon.
I'm Rylyn Dare, Shanky's wife, and I'm playing Alexis Langley.
It's on you, Tark.
Oh, it's me. I thought it was Evie. Sorry. I'm Urian, and I play Tark Tiernan.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing Aurora Walker.
And it's only the third time he's done this, so, you know, that's how it is. Unfortunately, Noah is not with us tonight, which is unfortunate, but that's, you know, he has things he has to do. Real life is always the priority. And so for tonight, the role of Evie Shadow will be played by Rylyn. So be ready for that. When we last played, of course, the circle of ghosts had gone to the train yard to see where they had died. And in the process, Alexis got to examine the events and went to the engine and found out a little bit of information that she wants to hopefully share with the rest of the circle. Noah made a horrible mistake and somehow managed to pull his own fetter into the afterlife, sending him instantly away from everybody. It's bad things, everyone, for that. Of course, Isaac saw Angela get removed from the train. And Aurora was sucked away before all of this occurred and isn't with the group. So this is where we're going to begin. Wraiths see death in everything. They do not see things in the physical world as they appear, but as they someday will be. A person about to die might appear cadaverous, with hollowed eyes and jaundiced skin. A car destined to crash will appear dented in advance. Much of the world seems decayed, a near collapse. Billboards are tattered, roads are potholed, paint is peeling, metal is rusting, and buildings are crumbling. To the restless, much of the world is always dead. And that is where this group of wraiths find themselves now. A train wreck that is well beyond what a train wreck should look like. Aged as if it has sat out in the rain and in the weather for years. But we're not going to start with that scene. Instead, back in a building named Two Frogs on a Bike, in a bedroom upstairs, a hole opens, and Aurora Walker is deposited as this opening closes behind her, leaving her in this bedroom with her experiences.
Hello? Is anyone there? Anyone? Okay. Okay, I'll look around me.
Okay, and you see 2 or 3 old cribs, bedboard that you're pretty sure that even the Skinlands is beyond selling, damaged so bad. And a closed door, and of course, there's 2 windows in the room that let you look out into the sunlight outside.
Sunlight. Okay. They said they'd be going back. Probably to the train. Hello? Am I in the same building?
From looking out the window, you think you are. It seems familiar, the front area, from what you saw during your brief trip in the night to arrive here. But as you're looking out the window, there's a woman staring up at you. She's wearing, well, the only way to describe it is something you may have seen at Colonial Williamsburg. Throwback from 300 years prior. She's long black hair, and she's looking up at you. Just waving. And when you wave back, she gets a kindly smile on her face. And you see her heading towards the building.
Oh, shoot. All right. And Aurora will move over to the door and open it if it's not already open.
Okay, you go to grab the door, and of course, you reach the handle and nothing happens. You can't turn it. You can't physically move it.
What? Of all the shit to go through today. Of course. Okay. She would try and push her hand through the door.
With the effort to push your hand through the door, you feel what can only be described as uncomfort. It's slightly painful, but not overly so, just different. It's very uncomfortable. You take 1 bashing damage, and your whole body becomes see-through, almost transparent. But your hand pushes right through the door.
Maybe I am dead. This is impossible.
Of course you're not. You're dreaming.
Am I really? This is the craziest dream I've ever had.
So standing there with your arm sticking through a door, what are you doing?
I would, I guess, push completely through the door if I can.
And there's no more discomfort. You pass right through the door as if it's not there. The discomfort was only that brief instant where you went from appearing solid to yourself to being insubstantial. And as you step into the hallway, coming around the corner where you assume the stairs would be, is the same woman you saw up front.
You're who the conductor was speaking about, right? Who Thomas was talking about?
Master Tom was talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm Prudence. I was coming by. I don't see him. He's not here?
No, we took shelter for the night from the maelstrom. He's not here.
I heard about the accident, and he's always broguing about at night. I suppose he must have got there and right after it happened and helped y'all?
Yes, he was nice enough, presumably, to save us from somebody he called death marks. Death marks.
That's why I'm here. I should have known that's what he was up to when Mort came by this morning asking some questions. Well, he's always up to something. I mean, gets his little fribbles and he just does things that I just can't believe. So, you don't know where he went?
I have an idea, but no, I'm not sure. I got pulled through some sort of. The only way I can describe it is like an interdimensional, nonsensical hole of emotion and
you found a nihil.
What?
A nihil. It's hard to describe. We just think of it as a shortcut between here and the Tempest, but it can lead to a lot of places. But you must have found one of the. You'll get used to it. It's disconcerting, I guess, for one so young as you, because obviously this isn't what you're used to. But come along, dear. Come along. If you think you know where he is, I'll go with you, and I really need to speak with him. It's kind of important.
Oh, yeah, I would welcome the company. There was a train accident not that far from here, so I guess that's the direction we're most likely headed. If he's not there, though, I don't know where he is, and I don't know where the rest of the.
He always gets focused on trains every time it comes through. And she comes over and she takes your arm and starts walking, and you're still insubstantial, but when she touches you, she doesn't pass through you. You can feel her touch on you.
How? You can still touch me. I just walked through a door.
Well, yeah, you can. That's how this works. I can still touch you. You just can walk through things. But you're still here. Don't worry. You're still real here. It's just, it's hard to adjust to. It really is, and I can understand. But don't worry.
Dreams don't have to make sense, but imagine the story you'll write about it.
Right. The story. None of this feels real. None of this. It doesn't make sense. Let's go to Thomas.
We all feel it doesn't make sense, but Mistress, you'll see in time. It does. There's a logic to it. It's not what you're used to. Wasn't what I was used to when I came here. But there's some nice things about it, I guess.
So, did you just call me Mistress? I'm.
Well, I don't know whether you're married or not. If you're married, and I get your name, I'll give you the proper term of respect. But
no, Aurora, and I'll hold out my hand. Is fine. Yes, I'm married, but.
Well, then come along, good wife Aurora. We're gonna go and see and find this Thomas. You think he's over by the train? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, that seems the most likely place, I think. Yeah.
You know, and as you start walking, she's having a chat with you. Thomas is an odd one. He's always been willful and broken about it. He even rides that train from time to time up coming between DC and here. He's just always been fascinated with trains. Back and forth he rides, and yet he won't ever get on the Midnight Express. He's tried to tell me once that that's not the same. He just likes the feel of the real thing to remind him of what it was.
The Midnight Express, is that some sort of euphemism for something?
No, wow, how can I explain it? It is a train that runs from here, there, and everywhere. I've never ridden it myself. I've known a few who have, and they say at midnight it stops at the train stations of the Shadowlands, of where we tend to hang out. And you can hop on the train and just ride it around and go place to place. Generally are safe. I've heard stories it's guarded by the ferrymen themselves. It's one of their ways to protect the travelers. But
I didn't know there was a literal train for the afterlife.
Yeah, there is. So I don't know all the details. It's not my thing. Those newfangled. I'm used to the whiskeys, not the whiskeys. That's right. You guys don't use that word. I'm used to the horse-drawn carriages, not the
cars and then the automobiles.
Right, it's all that noise and carrying on. It was better when it was simpler.
I can understand that. I know who I can only assume to be the mythical figure of Charon took me through the tempest.
Don't worry about that, good wife Aurora. That couldn't have been Sharon. He's missing. That's just one of the ferrymen. That little creepy, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, he got me back here, so I guess I can't complain.
They do that. I've seen only one of them. Just something wasn't right about him. But I mean, they say they help, and they've helped a lot of people. Obviously, they helped you.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good tidings when a ferryman is with you. But Sharon, it's bad luck to talk too much about him because he's been missing since they called it the Great War.
There's a war? How can there be a war?
No, it was actually in your lands. It was since the Maelstrom hit after. I'm trying to remember what they call it. It was just so weird of a concept. The bomb they said it was as bright as daylight. And for a few instants, even those who were here could see through the shroud clearly. It lit up everything so bright.
The atomic bomb.
That's what you're a smart one. I like that. The atomic bomb. That's what it was. And after that went off, it was horrible for a while. And they say Charon disappeared afterwards after a fight, but that was all in Stygia, not up here. We just kind of hid out and tried not to lose everything in the maelstrom that hit.
Yeah, I can imagine hundreds of thousands of people dying in an instant would be very bad for wherever we are.
It was that squall we saw last night. That was nothing. That was, you could almost call that a macaroni. It was a fancy storm compared to what hit us that time. It was terrifying.
I don't doubt it, but let's get moving. I don't want to. If they're there, I don't want to miss them.
And now that you've told her that you think he's over at the train, she knows where he'd be, which is the accident. And you and Prudence begin heading that way. Now we're going to flash to everybody back at the train crash. Gathered around, Angela has just been carted off. Alexis is at the front of the train, and Noah is gone.
Alexis walks out of the engine because she's basically overheard the cops talking and knows who did it and what happened.
Oh, you crawl out the window, but yes. The engine's on its side.
Yeah,
still.
it's whatever. I mean,
wherever there's an open spot, that's where I go out because I'm trying not to,
Walk through anything.
Walk through anything. But yeah, so, her thought process is, okay, I know what happened. I know how it happened. I know who did it, but I don't know motive. And now that's what she's going to focus on.
And as you come out of the train engine, it's lying on its side, busted up in a bit, but you could still get in it. It's one of the stronger built pieces of the train. You do see who you assume is Angela, because that's where they were gathered, being taken to an ambulance that's waiting. And you see the rest of the people or the race minus Noah, gathered around that spot. And Thomas looking obviously flustered. Okay, and as you approached, now, Missy, you just can't be causing things to rot and deteriorate like that. Missy, that's just not how we do things here. Those people saw it, and they're going to talk about it because they saw it was different than it was. And if that gets back to Richmond, we're going to have visitors, and we're not going to like those visitors, Missy. They're going to be really unfriendly.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, wait a minute. There are powers that we just randomly get, and some of them are bad, and some of them are okay to use.
Well, there are bad, but Missy, remember I told you about we don't want the quick to know we're here? And when they see things like that happen, they've got to explain it somehow. And some of them get a little weird when they see things like that. You're going to find out some of them, the living mind can't handle things like this. It rejects it, and it causes some problems. So I know you didn't mean to, Missy, but they don't care about intent. They only care that you did it. So if they come looking, I could try to hide you, but I don't know if I can.
Margot?
Yes, Isaac.
You did that?
Yeah, I didn't know I could, and now apparently I've broken some undead rule, and I have
Isaac
power.
is going to rush forward and embrace her. Thank you, Margot. Thank you. I would like to use my pathos conduit and transfer pathos to her.
Ah, interesting. That's interesting use of it. Okay. Let me make sure I have the rules as well. It's embody, looking through it. It's usury.
Yep. Its target's willpower is the difficulty.
If they are not, if you're siphoning and they're resisting, if you're giving, it's equal to the pathos of the target.
Okay.
So how much pathos does Margot have right now?
Hold on 1 second.
And feel free to tell him private. Well, I guess I gotta know, don't I?
Yeah, pathos is not one we need to hide.
Yeah.
6.
You have 6 pathos right now? So it's charisma plus usury against a difficulty of 6.
Okay. That would be 5 successes.
And how much pathos did you have?
How much do I have? I have 7, so I am going to transfer 2.
Okay. You allows transfer of 1 pathos per success. So you...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think 2 is sufficient.
Yeah, 2 is sufficient for it. So you feel when you give her a hug, that emotional outburst kind of drains some of your own emotion as you hug her. You feel it actually ebb from you. And Margot, you feel a surge of emotion. And now everyone else present can roll wits. And I believe for this one, because it's going to be supernatural type things, I want wits awareness for this. Because it is possible to see when this is happening. The only problem is you're hugging her, so it's harder to catch it. So wits awareness from everybody, but I will go a difficulty of 7 for this.
That's a botch.
A botch? Okay. How about you, Tark?
2.
2? So, Tark, you see a light as he's hugging. There's a glow between them that wasn't there. And by the look of the glow, it does appear that something is coming off of Isaac to Margot. You can tell the direction of flow. For the botch. Alexis, you had just walked up when this happened, and you see him hug Margot. And what you're seeing and your training makes you think he's hurting her.
What are you doing, Isaac? Get off her.
Oh, I'm sorry, Margot. And he's like embarrassed he was touching her.
It's okay, Isaac. I just don't know what you did there.
What in the hell is going on?
She just saved Angela, and I was thanking her.
I think technically both of us did.
Well,
What?
it seemed to me like Isaac was transferring some sort of energy to Margot.
And
It seemed positive.
Thomas hears that. That's exactly what he just did. And Sonny, you should be careful with that. That's
Is it another power we're not supposed to use?
You're not supposed to use that at all. Sonny, they call it usury. It's
Hey, Thomas, would it be easier to tell us what we can use instead of the list of things we can't?
Exactly. Thank you, Alexis.
There's a lot of things not to use, okay? But that's one that it transfers. Remember, I told you about. I was going to tell you about passions. Passions are what keeps us going. It's what gives us the ability to do things like this. But what he did, most people won't care if he's giving his passions to someone else. But Sonny, there's a dark side to it, and you can reverse the flow and take it from people, and people get upset at that. It's.
Well, I didn't even know I was doing it. I was thanking her.
I apologize. To me, it looked like you were hurting her.
My advice, Sonny, is keep it under wraps. Be careful. I know you can't control what you manifest. Nobody can. We all have the powers we do, and we learn new ones, and we don't have a way to do it. But some things you could keep under wraps until. I mean, do you know whether to trust the people you're with? It's that one right there. You could get sold out for, and next thing you know, you're a slave somewhere else. I mean, it's. The problem is, God, now we got to go history, and Sonny, let's just say that power's been used before to do some pretty bad things. Okay, Sonny?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I understand.
So if he can give it to her, couldn't he also strip it away?
That's what I'm talking about, Missy, is that they can.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not saying you would, Isaac.
Red, come on.
I'm not saying you would. You seem like a nice guy, but that doesn't mean you couldn't be forced to.
Look, see, here's the thing. I didn't want to give this lesson now.
Okay.
Wait. Prudence? What's Prudence?
Is that Aurora?
Yeah, Prudence. She looks like she's got the wayward bird with her. Good old Prudence. I got to find out.
Where's Noah?
He got sucked in.
Yeah.
The vacuum that's underneath us all that can suck us in whenever we want. Or, well, whenever it wants, I should say.
And Thomas starts waving Prudence over. And Aurora, when you get there and Prudence, you can tell when she notices Thomas because you actually feel her grip tighten slightly. And then she lets your arm go and it'll be all right, good wife Aurora. I need to talk with Thomas a little bit. So you just, come on. I assume these are your friends that were here with you. So just let me have a talk with Thomas real fast. And she walks over with you. And
Right. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Thank you for the escort, by the way. I really appreciate it.
And as soon as she comes over there, Thomas, why'd you come over here, Prudence? Where'd you find her? Oh, Thomas, Master Thomas, she was in your haunt. I don't know. She was upstairs. I saw her looking at me plain as day. I need to talk to you, Master Thomas. You all give us a minute. We're going to go and talk a minute. And Thomas and Prudence kind of walk off. And you'll notice that he goes really far away from you guys. As if he knows how you've noticed your hearing, leaving you all standing together, still wondering, in Alexis' case, what happened to Noah, other than he got sucked into something.
I'm so glad to see almost complete strangers.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see
we
you
were
too.
worried about you.
Well, welcome back. What happened?
I was pulled into something, some sort of. I fell, and I remember falling for minutes. This torrent of emotion, of rage, of suffering. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like the physical emotions were hammering me in a storm. And I then found myself next to a waterway, and a boatman, similar to, Sharon from Myth, was nice enough to guide me, and he took me on his boat. And eventually we reached somewhere, I don't know where, but he flung me through reality again, and I came back out through a hole back into the building we started in, or that I started in.
Brace yourself, because I'm pretty sure Thomas is going to tell us we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
We've been hearing that a lot.
We have powers that were randomly given to us when we passed on or whatever. Some of them are bad to the point of being banned for usage. And some of them are perfectly okay to use. I'm sorry, I'm a little pissed off, and I want to speak to the manager now.
I mean, who the hell sets the rules?
What the hell if I know? If this is a story, it's got to have some sort of internal consistency, right?
I'm sure they have some kind of central bureaucracy. I mean, look at how the U.S. runs. You've got the central bureaucracy that determines everything.
Maybe.
Oh, of course, Alexis. Let's go on about the bureaucracy.
So, I'm sure that it's something similar to that. Because if it's what we know in life, it's what we do in death.
I guess. I can only imagine that they said something about wars. The atomic bomb apparently caused a huge amount of damage here in wherever the hell we are. And then there are people fighting. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. If this is the afterlife, how did nobody know this? How did the people who have been to the brink of death and come back not know about this obtuse bullshit?
It's because they're keeping it a secret. That's why the rules are there, apparently, is so that the quick don't get to know about any of this stuff.
Okay,
That's
so
idiotic. What if we just told them?
What was Noah doing? Because I know when Aurora got sucked away, she struck her lighter.
Yes, and she'll pull out her.
Dan was doing
something.
something too.
Oh, don't pull it! Don't
do it.
I'm not. I just, it has something to do with
Apparently, it has bad juju. It's apparently balefire, which is the stuff that's in the forges that makes us into bricks and coins and shit like that. Apparently now,
it's a lighter.
Yeah, with the power to melt us.
Well, it's magic here.
Oh, sure, why not? Magical fucking lighter. And apparently I'm magical too. I can't wait to figure out what creepy, suspicious, ghostly powers I have.
And now, just be prepared for Thomas to come down and complain that you're not supposed to do that. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything.
Tark, you know something about what what Noah was doing?
Of course. Of course, Margot. It wouldn't. Anything we do here is certainly not going to be your fault.
Oh, fucking shut up, you stupid.
Whoa, easy.
Jesus Christ, Margot.
I'm sorry. It's the voice in my head.
Is the voice in your head like mean? Mine's just like it keeps telling me that this isn't death. This is some sort of story personified, or a dream, or something like that. So it's possible this isn't real.
Low-key undercutting every single time. That's what it is. It's low-key undercutting. It's the bitch that's in the back of my head that's been there since I was a teenager. That's just...
Is it almost like depression personified?
It's more like shame personified. And I've had enough fucking shame in my life. And I'm really done with shame.
You don't know too much about shame yet, Tark. We're gonna have to change that.
That's true.
Okay, so it's true you know something that Noah was doing?
We've only just started, Margot.
Now Alexis can continue.
So Tark, it's true that you saw Noah doing something?
Yes, I did. And sorry, there was also the voice in my head a second ago.
Wow, voices are hopping today.
Great.
Fantastic.
I guess we're in kind of a stressful place for us, so maybe that's what's going to happen.
Okay, what was he doing?
Well, he was trying to reach beneath a sheet. I think it's his body. I don't know. I mean, maybe he thought it was. And he reached beneath the sheet, and he pulled something back up. You're muted, Rulin.
I know. I was telling him I went pink on screen.
She said her camera looks weird. Oh. So let me.
It does. You
literally look pink.
She does look.
You're blushing.
Yeah, you're like flush of life right now.
No, I'm not. I didn't roll anything.
Wow, Red. I'm impressed.
Go ahead and roll a hunger check.
Yeah, I know. Right? Okay, so he was messing with
I think it was his body, but I don't know. But he was interested in it, and he was reaching, and his hand went through the sheet.
Can you take me to it?
Yeah, all right, and I'll lead her over to where he was. And he pulled it up, and he had something in his hand, and then he just got sucked down like Aurora did.
Okay, and you can take her right to it. You know exactly where you saw it happen because you were watching. You were the only one of the group that wasn't focused exactly on what was going on. You were watching other parts. I'm fixing her camera real quick. That's too far.
Holy hell.
That's too far.
Think
it looked better when it was just off the pink?
There we go.
Now I'm like glowing.
Okay, now, Alexa,
it gives you that 1920s look.
Well, actually, it fits because you're a ghost. You glow.
What were you saying, Tark?
This is, and I lead Alexis over. This is where Noah was fiddling around. This is the one right here.
How many bodies do I see?
There are 7 piled up there. Yes, you can do that, Noah. Let me find what it does, because I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
Noah? No, it's not.
Sorry, Isaac, you can do that.
Isaac. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yes. It is going to be perception plus castigate.
Yep.
And you're using it on, okay, I see who it's used on. Let me check to see what your target will be. Okay. I'm not going to say it out loud because, well, I can't do that. Let me look up her willpower. Interesting use of your powers right now. So it's the same. I will give you your number here. There's your difficulty.
Okay. That will be 2.
Okay. And let me double check here. Weaker right now.
Okay.
2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have for now, is just weaker. Very weak, actually, at the moment.
Okay.
But you can feel it. And you don't know what you've done. You don't know what you're feeling. But you can feel the weak darkness. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. So you're led over to this group of bodies, and there's 7 people in sheets. Now, Tark, you remember exactly which body he was
and I point
going
that
over to. Second from the left. The sheets covering them. You can't see through the sheets.
I'm looking around. Is there anyone around right now?
There's a number of people on the rescue teams, police officers. So wondering if you can't be seen at all is pretty unlikely. But Thomas seems to be in some sort of heated discussion with Prudence and isn't really paying attention to you guys. His arms are gesturing wildly, and you could tell when he's stammering like he tends to do when he gets upset.
I am legit going to go to each body and just gently lift up the sheet to see who's under there.
Oh, so you're going to use a power again.
No, I don't have a power for that.
You can't lift the sheets.
Nope.
So you put your hands on the sheets and try.
Can I feel the faces through the sheets?
You push your hands through the sheet.
Okay. I take bashing
and
damage.
you take 1 corpus bashing. By the way, Evie, for Aurora, the bashing damage is gone.
Awesome.
While she's doing that and leaning over, I assume Margot and Aurora are still near me. Do you see that?
See what?
Behind Alexis, that thing following her.
I'll
What
look
the
at
hell?
Alexis.
You don't see anything.
No? What do you mean? Like,
There's something just behind her. It's thin. It's almost not there, but there was something behind her, following her.
maybe you can see something we can't, but I didn't see anything.
It's like it was just waiting to just lean into her ear or something.
Maybe. Who the hell knows here, right?
And Alexis, you put your hands through and suddenly you're insubstantial like you saw Noah. Very uncomfortable.
I'm sure it is,
And
but I need to
You
find
take
out.
a bashing damage. It's bearable. It's not like you're screaming pain. It's just very uncomfortable.
Considering I've been through the FBI Academy, I've been through worse.
Yep. And your hands now go through it.
I'm feeling the face. I want to see any details if I recognize anyone.
It's very difficult to really understand what you're feeling because of the insubstantial. You can feel each thing you're passing your hand through, but you can feel it before you pass through it, so you know it's there. You would guess there's a good chance, based on the shape that it is. Of course, you could always just lean your head through the sheet.
I'll do that then. Fuck it. I'm already insubstantial. Let's go for it.
And as you move your head, go ahead. I'll let the mask do its thing.
What, are you trying to go for the Braille approach?
As you push your head through the sheet, there's an instant where they're sheeting away. And then there's an instant where you're between the sheet and the individual under it. And it is Noah.
Okay.
In the outfit you saw him in.
I'm gonna...
With the dark circles that he had before.
Mhm. I'm going to back away from him. I'm going to do that to each body lying here.
Okay. And as you go through each body, you find yours. You find Tark's. And you find Isaac's. But the rest of them you do not recognize. Except for one, of course. Ralph. He's the last one in the row. No sign of Margot's body or Aurora's. Or yours.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to look at Tark. Do me a favor. stand right here at this body.
Okay.
And which body are you pointing at?
I am pointing at Ralph's.
Okay.
All right. Do you want me to do anything?
I don't know. I don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he can do yet. Until he does it.
That's the thing is none of us really know what we're capable of yet. But this is the guy that caused this train wreck.
How do you know he caught what?
The rest of you can hear
that's
their
a-
conversation with your sharp hearing.
What?
How do you know?
Mask.
At least you're not drawing conclusions without evidence. You'd never do that, Alexis.
This is the ticket taker. He was pulled from the engine. The engineer was found stabbed.
Oh. Okay.
Heard
You think
police
he did it?
talking about it. And 72
That's
people.
hearsay evidence, Alexis. Hearsay evidence, Alexis.
So help me if that voice doesn't shut her fucking mouth. I'm going to find a way to destroy her, even if I have to destroy myself.
Park, why are you wasting your fucking time here? Who gives a damn about this stupid thing? You have to take revenge. You need to take down the person who stole from you. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Stop wasting your time.
It's my time to waste. Apparently I have lots of it, so shut up. Oh, not...
It's our fucking time. We're both in here, idiot.
Oh my goodness. Yours is spicy.
Oh, yes, he is.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, so basically...
Sorry,
No, it's okay. I get it. It's just other people may not be as understanding. Oh my gosh. Because, yeah, mine's a right bitch. But, yeah. So, this guy, I saw something unusual about him before everything happened. And I need to talk to Thomas about it. Because if there are powers we are not allowed to use because they affect the living, I think someone used a power on him to affect the living, to cause this.
Okay.
And I can't swear to it because I have to have evidence. But I can't get evidence because I don't know how to detect anything like that.
Understood.
Let me get
All
this
right,
straight,
I'll stand.
Alexis. And she kind of
Stand here
is
and wait.
speaking pretty loudly as she starts walking over with visible purpose. Let me get this straight. Someone actually caused this?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I was going home to live the life that I wanted to. That's what I wanted to do. That was what was going on the train. I finally was going to be free of everything. I was going to move forward. I was going to have a happy life for once. And then some asshole takes it away from me? Just in that one fucking second?
Took it away from all of us.
You still have everything waiting for you when you wake up.
Right.
Yeah, so I get that emotion. Trust me, I get that emotion. But I don't know who, and I don't know why. I don't know the motive.
We need to figure it out, and then the fuckhole is
But
gonna
I can
pay.
tell you with 72 people dead, based on what I heard, local PD isn't going to have this scene much longer.
It's funny you say that. Because when you say that, you see a car pull up. Black Crown Vic.
And here comes the DOJ officers.
And who steps out of the vehicle? You actually recognize the first body out of it. It's Agent Buchanan. It's actually your ex-partner. Beside him is actually his new partner, Agent Palmer. Cannon looks a little frazzled, but still impeccable in his suit as always. And he's...
It looks like you've been replaced again.
Oh, shut up. He got a transfer and I got a promotion.
And they get out of the vehicle and both of them have their badges hanging out of their suit pockets so that they're readily identified as to who they are. So who's in charge of this scene? And he kind of looks around until somebody points him away, and you see him heading off with Palmer as they're going to speak with whoever's in charge of the scene.
Give me a moment, guys. But this guy's the one that did it, and I'm walking towards him because I want to overhear that conversation.
You don't have to get...
I don't have to get close, but just close enough to hear it.
And you hear them talking amongst themselves. I don't know why we've been put on this. I don't understand, Palmer, but we've been put on it. It's coming down from higher ups that we need to wrap this in a neat bow, and it makes me nervous. It shouldn't be something that we just wrap into a neat little bow, but that's the pressure. I don't know who's putting the pressure on them, but we've got an agent down, an agent that we know was coming to meet with someone here in Richmond to pass some information about stuff that, you know how we work sometimes, things that we can't deal with. Sometimes we make sure that people who can will get some information. And we've also got a noted engineer who, rumor has it, was raising some questions about whether some of his stuff was stolen by the Department of Defense, and then they just happened to be on a train with this agent. And Palmer's like, yeah, I don't know, B. I don't know. It's not right. I don't know why they sent you in the first place. You shouldn't have been sent down for this. I know, Palmer. I know. It makes no sense. And the fact it's Alexis makes it even worse. But I've got my orders. You've got your orders. I don't know if we can wrap this up in a neat bow like they want. I'm not playing for whatever their political games are going to be this time. This is not how we're doing this investigation. Palmer's like, hey, it's your career, B. You know, I've got your back, but it's your career. And they go and you see him find the captain who's in charge of the scene. And as you listen, he's giving him the, this is no longer your scene, because this train crossed state lines. It has become a federal investigation, and the FBI has taken jurisdiction over it, and will be handling the full investigation. And while Alexis is wandered off, I want to hear what the rest of the group is doing.
I'd be looking for my body.
Okay.
It's got to be here somewhere. Has anyone seen my body?
What does it look like?
Me.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
That's a wonderful dad joke, Mr. T.
Thank you
I'm a
for the
dad.
humor.
You won't find it. You're not dead.
But why would everyone else's bodies be here?
So while Aurora is looking for a body, Tark is being Tark, what is Isaac and Margot doing?
Margot is pacing back and forth. She's got the crop gripped in her hands. There's a very firm grip. She's kind of looking around to see if she could spot any of her stuff.
Okay. And Isaac?
Isaac is following along at a distance behind Alexis, just staring behind her and trying to focus his eyes to see it again.
It's still there.
Can I feel him staring at me?
You can hear. Well, actually, you can't even really hear him because he doesn't crunch or make a noise on the gravel or make a single sound.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could like feel him staring at me.
No.
Okay.
I will give you.
At you. I'm staring at you.
Yeah, but you're
I will.
Do I feel like I have a tail? Okay.
I will let you roll. You get to roll perception and alertness. And is Isaac trying to be sneaky?
No. Not at all.
I would just let her roll against a difficulty of 6. Otherwise, it would be an opposed roll. Oh, yeah, you know he's following you.
I turn around and look at him. What are you doing?
There's something following you.
And I fully turn around. Do I see anything?
No, none's behind you.
I don't see it.
Well, I do.
What does it look like?
It would be a shadowy version of her, essentially.
Yeah. It looks like a very thin, almost vapor thin you.
Does anybody else have that?
I don't know. I was just looking at you and thinking about you and the conversation we had on the back at the building, the train station, the frog place. And
Alexis reaches out a hand and touches his shoulder.
I'm sorry, I guess I was watching your tail as you were walking away.
I appreciate that. And I think I might have given an idea or a memory to one of the first responders to go check on her.
Thank you. I didn't know. I'd hug you, but
no, it's okay.
I might get in trouble and we both get sent in the corner or something.
I'm scared to say it in front of Thomas because I might get in trouble too.
Yeah. This is nothing like starting grade school over.
I know. It's like, give me the rule book so I know what to fucking do.
You looked pretty upset when you were looking under the sheets over there.
It's our bodies.
Oh, and he just, if he could throw up, he would. You can see as he just kind of reflexes on it.
Yeah. Not that I had any doubts, but yeah. It was
some of your bodies.
Yes, it was some. I didn't see all of them. I'm sure some may have already been taken away or they just have them in different locations. I don't know. But
what was Tark doing during this? I still haven't found out what Tark is doing.
Well, he's standing by Ralph's body.
Just standing guard over it?
Okay. And he's looking around just to see if there's anything he can see.
And you do see that Prudence and Thomas are still apparently having a row of it right about now. Your instinct is that she is currently reading him the riot act, based on her position of hands on her hips. And he's got that body movements he does when he's stammering really hard. Margot, while you're looking around, looking for stuff of yours, and you don't see anything of yours. One thing does catch your eye. It's, oddly enough, it's almost pristine, not damaged at all. Even in this world, it's just a little frayed at the edges. You see a stuffed dolphin sitting just under the wheels of one of the train, just basically where it's caught up in it. Looked like it may have blown free or got knocked free and got lodged up in there, but there's a stuffed dolphin toy.
That's interesting. She's gonna kind of walk up to it. It's rather odd how not damaged this is.
And it's wedged in up under one of the wheels, but a little bit of grease on it. That's about it. And the frayed, you can see the seams frayed a little, but nothing compared to everything else you've seen in this world so far, or at least from your side.
Wow. Hey, Aurora, come look at this. You're muted.
Oh, did you find our bodies, or?
No, but I did see this stuffed dolphin.
Oh,
It looks very well. It looks nicer than anything else I've seen, and it's barely any damage. That's kind of neat, right?
yeah, that is. Well, why isn't it damaged? Aurora would go and try and pick it up, I guess, looking at it.
You can't grab it. You can put your hands on it, but your hands stop and it doesn't move at all. Did you see the message I sent you, Isaac? Okay. Yeah, you can't, I mean, you feel it. It's there, but you can't, everywhere your hands touch it, doesn't dent it, doesn't alter it in any way, but it's there. Looks like a stuffed kid's toy of a dolphin.
Red. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I wonder. This doesn't make any sense. Everything else is destroyed.
Yeah,
Is it
this
because
looks
this
so
would-
nice.
Is it because it would be protected from the rain for 100 years, or 1,000 years, or however much it's aging everything?
That's amazing, and that's a great video game reference.
I don't know.
Sorry, my daughter Amberly, she loves video games.
My son's the same way. I'm sure they would have gotten along great. This is the oddest thing.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, and she kind of pokes it.
Yeah.
What, don't mess with that. That's mine.
It's neat. Look at it.
Isaac, that's yours? Your dolphin?
It was a present. Angela and I were going to have her son's birthday party.
It's okay, Isaac. That's all she has to worry about. She didn't really care about you. It was Billy. That's
All right,
all she
Dave.
really cared about.
Okay, Dave. Dave, shut up. That's enough.
Dave?
If I'm going to have to listen to it, it's going to have a name.
I don't know what to call mine.
I'll talk whenever I want, Isaac. You don't get to control me.
And you don't get to control me, Dave. Gee, who knows? Maybe I'll turn around and be able to see you.
Maybe, but I honestly think you're forgetting about Angela. After all, Red's here is your favorite now,
Oh.
isn't it?
Are you okay? And Aurora would put her
I wonder
hands on
if you
his
could put a
shoulders.
screwdriver through your ears and just shut the damn thing up.
Well, we do have a person who can turn their arms into screwdrivers, so...
Oh, yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's pissed enough at me, he'd probably do it. Maybe I could ask.
And is that allowed? That I'm really wondering, was that perfectly fine with the rules? Being able to turn your hand into a Swiss Army knife, if you will?
That's
While
a good
this-
question. We need to ask that. And looking around, I look over and see Prudence just railing on Thomas.
just laying into Thomas.
Hey. I think Thomas did something wrong. Look.
Oh, finally.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I wonder if you could change other things about yourself, like your could you become like a mech? Like a
Like
I
a
wonder if you
Voltron?
could-
Going with that, Aurora.
Can you change your face? And as she says that, she will accidentally use her level 1 power and change her face into Isaac's.
Okay. And while you're doing that, yes, Alexis.
I was going to say, while they're basically, after Isaac was heading back, I decide since Buchanan's got it, I'm going to go back to Tark.
Okay. Now, let's see. You are rolling. I got to find it. I know it's in here. Or did I not? It's the one I messed up. I know it is. It's the one that I double wrote the same name twice and did not put the correct powers. Of course it is. You're going to use Moliate. I know which power it is.
You have the book PDF?
Yes, I do, of course.
Perfect.
Have to.
Imitate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read that power. I'm like,
I just have to pull it up. There it is, Maskers. You're going to invoke the Guild of the Maskers. Imitate. You pay 1 pathos. You roll Dexterity plus Moliate.
Dexterity plus Moliate.
And because you don't have a skin mask of it, but you're able to see them, so I will set the difficulty at 5.
All right. Difficulty 5 for that.
It's pretty easy to do when you're standing right there.
Oh, wow. You don't reroll 10s, right?
Only if you're using a specialization, which in this case, you're not.
It is not a specialization. So 4 successes. Oh, 3. I got a 1.
Okay, so 3. Suddenly, Isaac, you are staring at yourself. 3 is a very good imitation. And right here? No, and right here is where I'm going to go to break. We will be back.
Goes too fast.
Yep, we will be back in 10 minutes, everyone. So you can find out Thomas, whether he broke some rules or what kind of trouble he's in from good wife Prudence.
You know, people were asking her questions about his behavior. She ain't pleased
Isaac.
about that.
And then, Alexis and her investigation while Tark guards the body that, well, it's Ralph. So see you in 10 minutes.
She lives in murk and shadow, cold as the alleys of stone. She's a blur in the window, a prisoner of the underworld. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. That simple life she once knew, before the cursed dark consumed. And every clock is broken, and every step is hopeless, living in the gloom. And every day gets longer, till no one can remember, lost in the gloom. She sings a song to the moon. The loneliest song you ever knew. A friend she lost, lovers too, of life before she fell to blue. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost, and lovers too. That simple life she once knew, before the cursed dark consumed. Hush, child, open your eyes, you are not alone. We are your dark ones, holding you close. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. We've been waiting for you. That world doesn't want you like we do. We see you, for in the night, fire shines bright. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. Oh, how we've been waiting for you. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Come, let's leave this world behind. Dance with the dark ones in your mind. Come, let's leave them all behind. Dance with the dark ones. Dance with the dark ones. Hush, child, open your eyes. You are not alone. We are your dark ones, holding you close. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. We've been waiting for you. That world doesn't want you like we do. We see you, for in the night, fire shines bright. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. Oh, how we've been waiting for you. Why fight the night when the night is endless?
welcome back. Before the break, they had found a stuffed dolphin. And oddly enough, Aurora suddenly ended up looking like Isaac, while Tark is standing, waiting at the bodies for Alexis to come back because he was placed on guard duty. And this is where we'll pick up.
So what if you could like change your face or your body? Could you make yourself like a monster? Could you do something like that? Could you
Okay.
Whoa, that's weird.
Hey, you're a beautiful woman before. You don't need to try and improve.
Whoa.
Well, thank you, but yeah, I'm not sure what I was saying. Yeah, what's up?
You look like him now.
Can you change back? It's a little...
It's very weird, and I think that's one of those things you're not supposed to do, or at least that's what Thomas is going to say if he catches you.
Wait, what do you mean?
Your face is fucked.
Here, look here. This is a mirror.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you look like him.
Can I feel the difference in my face?
Actually, yes, because your face's shape actually changed.
Oh my God. What? How do I get rid of it?
Yeah, you got to figure it out now before Thomas gets back. I mean, you were pretty before. This is weird.
Could you tone it down on the weird, please, and the monster business?
I'm sorry, Isaac, but she doesn't look like you physically. It would be different if we were Mr. Miming it.
Right. Okay.
I will take my hands and kind of try to mold her face. Here.
What are you...
Is that helping any?
Stop. What are you...
And that's about the time Alexis is walking back to see Isaac feeling... First he was hugging Margot, and now he's feeling Aurora's face.
He's a very hands-on kind of guy.
What are you doing? Stop.
I'll deal with that in a second.
You notice that Aurora doesn't look right.
Yeah, okay. I'll get to that in a second. Okay, Tark. It's okay to call you Tark.
Are you
yes,
back?
I heard your name earlier.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
That's what everybody calls
I don't think I officially introduced myself. Alexis Langley.
Oh, Alexis, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you so much for standing by here.
Sure,
I just wanted basically
with...
the body mark because... Go ahead.
Before you get started, what was going on with Arya over there?
With who?
Arya? Just like she's back in the...
Aurora?
No, not... I'm making a Game of Thrones joke about Arya when she's using someone else's face.
Oh, I don't watch that garbage.
Okay, well, never mind.
I got your reference.
Yeah.
Well, I'll deal with you in a minute. That's just weird.
Thank you. It's creepy.
Tark, what'd you do for a living?
I was, I was an robotics engineer. I did a lot of work on drone systems. DoD seems to have come up with some of my designs that they're identical to mine, and I'm
they stole it from you.
Who the fuck who stole it from me? And I need to find out who did.
I heard my ex-partner mention that.
Really?
It's real convenient that you were on this train. Me, an FBI agent, was on this train.
Who?
This is real spooky now.
Were you involved in anything that would have somebody want you dead?
Not that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean that isn't the case. I mean, maybe my soon-to-be ex-husband wanted me dead, but I don't think he's powerful enough to arrange for a train accident.
No, he left that train wreck to you. It was called a marriage, I think.
Oh, she's getting good.
Your voice?
Yeah.
Your voice talking to you?
Yeah. And you'll actually see a tear in her eye.
Okay.
But, yeah, real fucking convenient.
Yeah, that is.
My partner that they have assigned on, well, I shouldn't say partner, former partner. That's a funny story. He got a transfer and I got a promotion. It was interesting. But yeah, he's one of the best agents I've ever known. I'm going to try to keep tabs on him because I think he'll find out what happened.
Good.
They want him to cover it up,
Oh, really?
and he's not going to.
So, okay. And you know he's somebody you can trust.
Absolutely. I would say with my life, but I don't have that anymore.
Where did they go anyway? The two people.
Oh, the two agents? Yeah, they were basically starting their investigation. They just announced the transfer of jurisdiction to the police. Because this is now considered a federal case.
That one looked familiar.
I bet the person who stole your information thinks they're scot-free now. After all, you're dead. We're gonna have to show them how wrong they are, aren't we, Tark?
Which one looked familiar to you?
I don't know. It was one of the guys.
The older one or the younger one?
That would be the younger one.
The younger one.
Storyteller, what was his name?
That's Palmer.
Officer Palmer.
Agent.
Or Agent Palmer, sorry.
That name sounds familiar. Maybe if I got a better look.
I'm not that familiar with him, only know him by reputation.
Now, while this is going on, what is Aurora doing about her face?
She's trying to think of something else, maybe try and drop concentration on the ability. She doesn't really know how she activated it, but she's kind of waving her hand like she was for her face the first time.
As soon as you really concentrate on your face, you don't want to be like that now. Your face shifts back. At least that's what the rest would see. It shifting back to the way it was. And it's an odd thing to view. It's almost like when you watch TV and would see them do the animals morphing into werewolves or stuff.
Oh, that can be very handy and very dangerous.
Like I said, it's probably one of the things that Thomas would tell her not to use, even though she just randomly got it.
You could be anyone.
Wait, did I fix it?
You're back. You're back. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
You're back.
All right, great.
Oh, that's
awesome.
interesting.
What am I, Mystique?
I know, right?
Well, I can see how that might come in handy.
Yeah, just make it somebody it needs to be, will you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little
I'm sorry,
disconcerting
I-
to look at our own faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm really sorry, Isaac. I didn't mean to.
He'll put his hand on hers. It's not a problem. You know
Okay.
that. I'm just
Storyteller?
saying,
Yes.
please.
Am I still in corporal?
Yes. It's not quite.
Can I roll my memorial?
Yes, you can. You can roll memoriam while in corporal. You will be, for about a half hour, you will be in corporal. You roll 4 for memoriam. If that's what your memoriam was for, you roll 4 against a target number of 8. You got a 2, so you get 2 pathos.
Yay, I'm back to full.
Mm-hmm. So, Tark is still standing guard. It's kind of curious because Alexis keeps coming over to talk more to him, and then she gets distracted, and she goes back and forth and back. Tark is just standing there dutifully.
No, but I Tark, thank you so much for standing here. If you want to go do anything, please feel free. I'll stay here. I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye for Buchanan. I want to make sure his attention gets drawn over here.
Well, now that you've piqued my interest with how I'm somehow involved with this train wreck, I've suddenly taken a much more interest in this body right here.
Okay. Well, if you want to hang out here, I kind of want to see if I can find my stuff.
I wonder, Tark, do you think that maybe this was to get at you? They know you'd seek retribution, right? Do you think maybe they could have orchestrated something like this? That was powerful information, Tark.
It was. And it might just be.
They might just be what?
My voice was talking to me, saying things again.
I think we should be careful with those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we're talking to them, we let out information sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much on the mark they might happen to be.
Yeah.
It's
pretty obvious they hear everything.
As the conversation's going on there, you all see these two FBI agents returning to the vehicle. Okay, I hear an odd noise all of a sudden, like an alarm.
Train.
Yeah, actually, kind of like a train. It's a ghost train.
Was it the alert thing again for you, Lance?
No, I unplugged it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was
but
weird.
It's gone now. So
Okay.
Yeah, and I muted something.
you see the two agents returning to their vehicle, and you can hear quite clearly them talking back and forth. Damn Hicks out here. Now we gotta go over and damn. The captain says I got to go talk to the chief before we can take control of the scene. Damn it, how did these Hicks even get a damn position out this way? And then, as they get in the car, Alexis, you hear Palmer. Actually, Buchanan says to Palmer, I can't believe her husband is involved in this. And they get in the car, and the car starts up, and they drive away.
I do recognize him. He just looks really different without a ball gag in his mouth.
I'm not that was out of character because Alexis is not laughing at that.
Yeah, scared bunny.
Oh, wonderful.
No, for reference for the rest of the players present, you did not hear that final comment. Only Alexis heard it.
And Alexis literally just collapses on her knees.
Alexis, are you okay?
Are you okay?
What's wrong?
That son of a bitch!
What? What's wrong? What?
Who?
Yeah, what?
The Ralph motherfucker? Right? Like, he did something.
My fucking husband.
What'd he do?
Involved in this somehow.
Wait, where did you get that from? Red? Red, where'd you get that from?
If he thinks he's going to get anything, he is sadly mistaken. Oh. I heard the other guy, Palmer, say it after they got in the car.
How on earth could he be involved? Did he hire a hit on you? The guy who stabbed the conductor.
I don't know if he's
dead.
directly involved in the crash. He might be involved in the cover-up.
Is that something that happens? Is he an agent too?
He's a lawyer. A fairly prominent one.
Money? Money? Prominent with a lawyer usually means cash.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has some, and I was going to take everything from him.
So we have a
Seems
motive.
Like that's a motive, doesn't it?
Did he ever do
Yes,
cases
well, that's what
for-
happens when you fuck around and knock up your legal secretary after you've been married for 25 years. Your wife tends to get a little pissed about that.
Sorry, Tark, you were
See
saying?
that. Did he ever take cases for anyone in the agency?
It's possible. I don't know everyone in the agency.
I mean, what kind of law did he practice?
Life insurance claims.
No. No. It was, tax law.
Tax law. I wonder. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Why would your husband be involved? And a train?
I don't know. That it doesn't make sense for what I. Okay.
Maybe he was afraid
Isaac,
of...
I need to. I saw something weird with Ralph right before the train crashed.
Okay.
I dismissed it at the time because it was just too fucking weird and it didn't make sense. And I'm just like, I must be imagining things, but I can't shake that I saw what I saw. I'm not prone to fancy. Okay. And I'm certainly not prone to hallucinations or delusions.
I don't know. You thought you had a marriage for how many years?
When Ralph was leaving the bar car, in a huff like he was, I noticed, because I was kind of interested, because I kind of picked up that it was unusual. I could tell by your posture and other things that something was off. I just get these instincts that things are off, and I just know to pay attention.
Unless it's your marriage.
Forgive me, I'm sorry. I've got to find a way to fucking gag this bitch in my head, because she's really disrupting my train of thought, and I am just so going to lose my shit in a minute. There was fire in his eyes.
Wait. Literal fire?
Literal fire in his eyes.
He had the hots for you.
No, he wasn't looking at me. He was looking straight ahead towards basically his destination.
So literal fire, like in his pupils.
Yes, in his pupils.
That's
weird shit, right?
Okay.
Colored contacts?
Yes.
Okay, a few hours ago I would have called you crazy, but I mean...
But now?
I think we've seen some... I think we would all admit we've seen some weird shit since we've been here.
And I'm pretty sure my husband can't do that, considering he's still alive and banging his secretary.
Maybe he made a pact with the devil or something. Is the devil real? I mean, can you make pacts with them? Was he afraid of discovery if you were going to destroy him in court?
Well, I admit, he was acting weird. I mean, usually he comes through, gives me a high five, we gab a little bit, and he seemed to be in a big hurry, I guess. But what makes you think he was involved?
He stabbed the engineer.
And how do you know he stabbed the engineer?
I heard the cops talking about it when I was investigating the engine of the train.
Hearsay.
At least that's what they presume. Because there were 2 bodies in the engine, and, well, 3 technically, but one was still alive. Your girlfriend. And
Maybe the girlfriend saw.
Maybe
She
did.
saw. We should go to the hospital.
She was not found at the engine. She was found.
Oh, where was she? I thought she was at the engine.
No, she was found on your way to the engine. She was found
okay.
2 cars forward of the bar car.
So I will backtrack that. She wasn't in the engine.
She was on her way.
Yeah.
But maybe she saw something.
But there was 2 bodies in the engine. One was the engineer, and he had a knife wound to the chest. He had a knife in the chest, actually, is what the police said. And Ralph was dead in the engine.
I would like everybody here to give me a roll of perception and alertness, please.
Perception and
Can I use my
alertness.
detail-oriented in perception?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
The difficulty on this roll is 8.
Three successes.
3
2
successes.
successes.
Wow, 3. All 10s.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 10s and a lot of 7s.
I'm like, holy cow.
5.
Whoa.
5's pretty good.
It's one of her best rolls.
Anyone get
She's
4?
perceptive.
Did anyone get 4? Everyone was under 4 other than her 5? Okay. Thomas seems to have lost a bit of interest in his conversation he's having with Prudence at the moment. Seems to be paying a little bit more attention to the discussion going on at the moment with you guys.
And I noticed that.
Only you did.
I turn and look him straight in the eye.
He doesn't glance back, but you could tell he was paying an interest in it. As soon as you look back at him, he immediately appears to be trying to get back into his conversation with Prudence.
Yes, I'll be having a talk with him.
Is everything okay?
Thomas was just eavesdropping on our conversation.
Oh. I can't imagine it's that hard with our hearing.
Yeah, but he's far enough away that we can't hear him.
That's fair. So there's got to be something, right? Isaac, did the train have cameras on it? I assume it did at some level, right?
You called someone, Isaac. From the phone behind the bar.
I was trying to call up to the engine room.
Did you get an answer?
No, I didn't. That's why Angela was going up to the front.
Don't be too sad. It might have saved her life.
That is true.
I guess that's a good point.
Because I don't think any of us in the car survived.
Ours must have been.
And Isaac's going to look
Mask
over at
up.
the dolphin and in the distance and go, yeah. It's amazing what survives and what doesn't.
Mask.
You sent her, Yitzhak. What would have happened, I wonder, if she would have died?
Yeah, Dave.
What?
If she'd have died, then, well, I guess we'll never know, will we? Dave.
Yeah,
Oh
she
God,
might
I'm
have.
turning into Thomas. I'm talking to it.
We all do.
Right. But at least she didn't have to end up here. She still gets to live. I would say we should question her, but I have no idea how we would talk to the living.
Wait a minute.
Well, we can-
Alexis,
What?
you did.
Oh, I
You
didn't.
said you put a thought in their mind.
If he's eavesdropping on our conversation, let's not discuss that, shall we?
Well, we can certainly listen to what the Quaker saying. Has any of the police or firemen mentioned why the train derailed.
It was going
the
too
engineer
fast.
did.
Seemed like it sped up, yeah.
So, putting it together, Ralph here went up to the front of the engine room, stabbed the conductor to death, and rammed the train on high.
Seems
But
to be what
why?
happened.
That's suicide. Obviously, he's dead. Wait. Do you think maybe he was one of the other cocoons?
I don't know. But I'm definitely going to ask Thomas about any powers that lets us put fire in living beings' eyes. And possibly control them.
An odd thing happens during this conversation. Tark, you're listening, but you had said you were watching around, keeping an eye on things.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a news helicopter up above. And when your vision focuses on it, suddenly, you're in the helicopter. You are the helicopter. You know every function. You know how it flies. You know every bit of how it operates.
Okay. Am I aware of who's in the helicopter and what they're doing?
You know that there's 2 passengers in it. You can see they're news reporters. You can even see your body down there below as it fades slightly from view, but you're there. But you are the helicopter right now. You know how much fuel it has, its oil pressure. And you know with just the slightest thought you could nudge it any direction you wanted.
Could I nudge it to use the downdraft to whip the sheets off the corpses that are in front of us?
Suddenly the pilot, what the fuck is going on? Oh shit, what the fuck? And he's fighting with the stick, but it's not responding. As everyone else notices now, this helicopter dipping lower and lower. And while the wind starts picking up, you don't feel any of it on. You feel the wind, but it doesn't move your clothes. It doesn't move your hair. And then suddenly, the sheets are thrown off the bodies. And Tark, you're back right where you were when this started, as this helicopter suddenly shoots back. It's very disorienting. You didn't know what the fuck just happened.
What the hell? What's going on with the helicopter?
What the hell?
I was the helicopter for a second, and I thought about blowing the sheets off the bodies, and suddenly I'm back here.
You were the helicopter.
Yes.
You were an inanimate object?
Yes, and I was aware of every facet of every sensor in the machine. It was like it was all me. And I could control it with the thought. And then suddenly, and I had this idea. I wanted to know what were under these sheets, and suddenly I thought, well, I'll just blow the sheets off, and I did. It happened.
Tark, are you?
And as soon as
This is a joke, right? Are you telling me you're the ghost in the machine?
Hey, Tark. Just be ready. I think Thomas is going to have a chat with you about that.
Mask up.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a bad thing.
Mask. Oh, that was a good one. Make sure you save that one for the book.
Yeah. Thanks.
And Thomas, go ahead, finish, Tark.
See, nobody saw that, did they? I mean, they saw the helicopter, but they didn't notice what happened.
I'm sure they're going to notice. That was a hell of a spectacle, but how are they going to explain it?
Right, I know.
It's going to be a malfunction of the helicopter.
Thomas starts walking back over at this point. And you see Prudence stomping off in a huff.
Do we see the corpses?
Oh yeah, you see the bodies
yeah.
laid there. You see
God.
Alexis's, part.
Is the metal still sticking in her chest?
No, that's removed, but you were wounded. I'm not going,
Yeah. We're not going to discuss the wounds.
for viewers'
Yeah.
sake, and players' sake, I'm not going to go into excruciating detail, but all the bodies are very injured, very dead. But you do not see Aurora's or Margot's body in the pile. And Thomas comes over and goes, them crazy pilots, they see, those infernal machines shouldn't even be flown. Look what he did. He lost control there for a second. I guess y'all saw, though, you didn't get hurt, did you?
Oh no, we did not hurt at all.
Hurt?
Oh, things can hurt you. Didn't that lighter hurt?
Yeah, that.
And
Yeah,
Alexis
that did-
suddenly
that-
takes full form again instead of
Yep.
being transparent.
Yep, and she becomes solid. Ish.
Ish. No, we're fine. The helicopter didn't hurt us. Not sure how that's really possible. I mean, I guess if it hit us, yeah, we'd go, see through again. But
That's about what would happen, Missy. That's the thing is, I would say avoid fire, Missy, because fire, it's not like what her lighter did, but fire still hurts. It's not safe for us to even fire in the skin lands. It still hurt. But other than that, it'd be all right. It just,
speaking of fire, she points at the body of Ralph.
Okay.
That man, I saw fire in his eyes just before the train crashed. Is that one of our we can't do powers?
I want you to roll. If everyone wants to roll because you're all here present for it, you will roll perception and empathy.
Does detail-oriented count?
Yes, you can use that one.
Does truths count?
Yes,
Does deep motivations count?
that counts too. Jesus Christ, people.
What's our
Alright, I have
div?
A lot of dice.
For you, Alexis, because of your training, your difficulty, actually, the difficulty is a flat 6 for this
Okay.
because it's opposed.
Reroll 10s because I'm using a specialization.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes.
3 successes.
7 successes.
6.
2.
2. Fire. I don't know what you're talking about, Missy. For those who had more than 4, he is not telling all of the truth of that.
Oh, come now, Thomas. Don't hide things from us.
Don't bullshit us. We need to know.
If someone on this side murdered us, I think we have a right to know.
Rights,
Out with it.
Missy, rights ain't what you think they are in these times. Not over here, but some things you just don't need to know yet. Some things you shouldn't know yet. And it's not.
Thomas.
Shut up. Don't you dare.
We need to know.
Don't you dare.
I'm going to do something. I have a power that will take angst away from his shadow.
You're going to try to siphon the angst, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That one is which one?
That is Further Reflection has that power.
Okay.
It says, I transfer memory to another. It can calm emotional turmoil and may take away angst from another shadow.
Okay, you're going to go against, it is difficulty 6.
Okay.
Actually, or the target willpower. Non-consensual is going to be resisted willpower. Okay, so you are going to roll your charisma menosis. And
I'm spending 2 pathos for that.
And he is going to roll his willpower.
Can I use the specialization of eloquent for this power?
No, because you're not speaking. You're transferring.
Okay, got you.
You're playing with memories.
Okay.
Okay. Damn power's flying tonight. Can't I every which way?
What was my diff again?
6. All kinds of dice being counted out.
I got 5 successes. And I'm just going to put a calming memory in his mind.
See, Missy, that's what got y'all banned. It's what got the users banned. You're not supposed to.
The users, this is Tron. What are you talking about?
Thank you. He was getting a little noisy.
You're welcome.
But that's not something you should do.
I need answers, and you can't give them to me if you're falling apart.
You think you need answers. I can tell you. Missy, you don't want the answers. You don't want to know the answers. You already know the answer to this. I don't know why you're asking me.
I know the answer to this?
We have powers. Everyone has powers. All of us over here could do things.
But what was that?
Do you think that voice in your head is powerless? Do you think that, Missy? You think he doesn't have powers too? Do you think there's not others around here with powers?
We can literally possess bodies?
Missy, why do you think the rules are there? Do you think it's just because people made things rot once in a while? You think all the legends of possession came from somewhere, Missy? You think all those fables of the dead taking over people and taking their lives is myth? Or where do you think the myths come from, Missy?
But the question is why? 72 souls perished here. Is there a quota? It is close to the end of the month.
I don't know what you mean by quota, Missy. It's just...
You know, cops tend to write more speeding tickets for people at closer to the end of the month because they want to make their money before month's end.
You know,
is there, for the economy here, what is it? Slavery, freaking the coins or shit they make out of us? I mean, is there a quota?
There's no quota. You just get what you get. I mean, you bring them when you get them and you get what you get. That's not how this works, but...
So this might be a trick of the system. Someone is cheating, if you will.
It's not how you're supposed to do things. You're not supposed to mess with the living. You're not supposed to do things.
Well, somebody did.
I don't know what makes you think someone did this.
Someone had to have, Thomas.
Oh, you know what?
There's no other option.
The Quick kill people all the time. The Quick do horrible things all the time. Do you think I wanted to kill all those people on the train when I was driving?
No.
But
no.
We make mistakes. The Quick make mistakes. The monsters aren't contained only to our side.
Do you know anyone who could do that? Who could...
Missy, there's a lot of them. Missy, that is a more common power than you think.
Why now? Why? He was on it a lot. You rode it a lot. You ride the train. Have you seen him before? Have you...
Wait a minute. He rides the train?
Yeah.
All of them but the Midnight Express, apparently.
Where'd you hear all that from there, Missy?
Those
How trustworthy are you being with us, Thomas?
What do you mean?
If you ride the trains, you surely must have seen something like this before. Was there anyone else who likes to ride trains with you?
Or was maybe he on the train when this happened?
You didn't cause this, right, Thomas? You wouldn't do something like that.
I didn't do this. This isn't me. I was on the train.
What did you see?
Isaac would like to delve into Soul Sight and look at Thomas's shadow.
Oh, very interesting. You're gonna see if you can see his shadow that's behind him, huh? It's gonna be interesting. Pull this up because this is gonna be a little bit different than the last time you did it. You're gonna roll Perception Castigate. And your target is going to be 8.
Jeez, all right. 2 successes.
You can see the shadow behind him. It's him. It's a shadow of him. And it's stronger than him. when you see it, it's given form.
Okay, Thomas. I can see your friend behind you.
He ain't no friend.
Thomas? He looks like he could beat the crap out of you, Thomas.
Sonny, he
So
ain't
you
no
tell us these things. What are these things? They tell us what to do. You didn't do this. Did he?
Margot at the same time is staring really intently at Thomas, trying to figure him out, and she is going to use Impulse.
Oh, y'all getting dangerous with that one. Impulse. That's the one where you get to
Know the immediate desire of the individual.
manipulation, intimation against target of 8. And for your question, there's going to be another roll. I'll let her roll hers, but for you and everyone else, I guess we're going to be rolling once again perception and empathy.
Does
my truths count?
Well, you're checking to see if he's going to lie to you.
Deep motivation.
Yep.
Persuasive's not going to count for this, is it?
No.
Because it's a power.
Yep. Well, sometimes it'll work for power, but not for this one because you're not trying to persuade his emotions. You're just trying to read them.
And what's the difficulty? Do we know?
3 successes.
Difficulty is 6 for this one because it's
beautiful.
opposed.
I rolled like 5 6s.
I got 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
And how many did you get, Margot, for your roll?
I got 3 successes for the power.
You can tell right now his strongest desire, which is based off of their passions and everything else, is to protect those who ride the trains. For the rest of you, he looks at Isaac after his question. What was everybody's successes again to check for lies? 5 was the highest, and that was...
I had 1, but a 1 took it away.
I don't know.
I think he's telling the truth. I think he cares a lot about the people who ride the trains.
But the thing, the voice in his head might not.
I don't know if he did it.
How do you not know?
I don't know.
You're there. It's you.
You understand, Missy, you'll understand. You don't always see what it does. You don't always see where they go. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
Well, that seems to be an unfair advantage.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. Best I can give you.
Who the hell else was riding the train, Thomas?
I was at the back of the train, Missy. I don't know who was on the train. I know the guy in the caboose. He's a descendant of mine. That's why I ride the train.
You want to protect him?
Did he make it, Thomas?
I don't know. I didn't see him here with you guys.
And that's why you were there searching for people.
Yeah. That's it, Sonny. I was looking. Even we can't be involved in accidents of
What was his name?
that.
I know the FBI agent in charge of this case now.
It's also Thomas.
Thomas what?
Thomas O'Sullivan.
Hmm.
The 4th.
I'll try to find out for you.
But we can't be involved in those kind of accidents. As you saw what happens when the train crashed, I was thrown through it. And then the maelstrom hit, and I didn't have time to search. I had to get myself to safety, and I found you guys. So, Sonny, I did what I had to do. I don't know what happened.
Thomas, we appreciate what you're trying to do for us.
Don't be going to make me out as no hero, Missy.
No, but you're trying.
Yeah,
And that counts.
yeah.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
None of us are saints.
Just so you know, Missy, don't be careful putting those powers in people's head. That's
I understand.
as you were told. That's another one that they don't like. We exist off emotion, in case you haven't figured it out, Missy.
I get it.
And being able to play with their thoughts does not go over well.
I get it.
And you, Sonny, it's fine to see the dark thing, the shadows,
Oh, that's fine.
but it's pretty damn rude to talk about it. Okay, Sonny? Some people take offense
I'm sorry,
at that.
Thomas. I'm sorry, Thomas. And if that's what you have to deal with, Alexis, may I tell him?
Yes.
The one I saw for Alexis was just transparent, thin. Yours looked more solid than you do. I can't imagine what you have to deal with.
I've been carrying mine around a long time, Sonny. A long time.
If you can see it, can you weaken it?
I think I can.
Yeah. I guess we make a team, Alexis. I'm the voyeur, and you're the action.
You'll see, they don't get weaker. As time goes on, they get stronger. It's like everything, power ebbs and flows, but
Maybe I get to take some of the wind out of their sails for a little bit.
what you do, Missy, is temporary. It just calms me down a little, that's all. But you'll see,
Do I have your permission to do that again if you need it?
doesn't matter if you have my permission. You'd have to have his permission. And I don't think he's going to like that, Missy. I don't think he'll agree with that. And if you push him, he'll do things.
I understand.
I feel strange because mine isn't bad. It doesn't seem angry. It just wants me to get back to the land of the living somehow if I can, or wake up from whatever nightmare this is. But it doesn't seem like it's malignant. I don't know what's going on. Is there? Can you have a good one? Is there a good one?
Missy, it's you. The voice, the shadow, it's you. It's the devil on your shoulder. It's that part of your head that self-doubt, the anger, the disappointment. It rides with you. And when we die,
The guilt.
the guilt, it becomes manifest, it gets form, becomes something alive. And it's hard to explain. What he sees is the residue, the echo, but I've seen him walk around, split free of the other half, cause no end of problems. It's not your friend. Don't believe it. It won't be your friend.
Can we
Run
split
him.
them off? How do we do that? Can we? I've got balefire, apparently.
Balefire, what?
Oh.
Missy?
The lighter.
Oh, Missy, that's Barrow flame. It's Barrow, like Barrow from the dead. That flame, it's the flames of the dead. But
Oh, How do we get rid of them?
You can't.
But you said they split off.
They come back. They're you. How do you get rid of you? How do you... See, this is... You're not ready for this. You're not prepared, but it's you. Trust me when I say, like everything, Missy, this is your own worst enemy is yourself. And you're going to find that here on this side. It's worse than it was before. It is a constant attempt to undermine what you are. Constant attempt to break you, tear you down, to take what's dear so that you're really ready to take that step, Missy, to step into nothingness. Or to become like that little kid Sonny over there saw. No more than a monster, a shell of evil. It's a lot to lay on you when you're new. I tried to protect you, but you infants you're the most curious batch of troublemakers I've come across so far. And I know Lady Fate had a hand in this somewhere, because there's no way this much problem, curiosity would be in one spot. I don't know what she has in store. Nobody knows. But
yeah, Lady Fate might have wanted to reconsider collecting an investigator.
An investigator in a fiction, right?
And this is where we're going to end this episode. With Thomas getting forced to give people some answers he really didn't want to give, because for the newly dead, it's kind of hard to deal with. Because everything ends. This is an inescapable truth. One way or another, a wraith cannot continue indefinitely. He can only continue to exist by feeling, by caring, and by believing. In other words, a wraith can only exist for as long as he continues to hope. But how long can hope stand against the despair that comes with eternity? And I'd like to thank the viewers for this episode. And the players, of course. Wouldn't be possible without the players, that's for damn sure. I'd also, before I go into the XP, I'd also like to thank Margot for this wonderful gift that she sent me, that I get to drink the tears of my players while we're on stream now. So
it was too appropriate.
Almost tears. We got to get more tears.
I almost had tears too. Thomas is a...
Mm-hmm. The storyteller tears don't count.
You say he's cracking, but in Thomas, in a lot of ways, he's a wraith who's been here a while. And as you can see, as you saw, everyone saw tonight, takes a toll, even on him. So, first of all, everyone gets one experience. And a second experience for role-playing, because even Tart, that was some good stuff when I surprised you with the putting you in the helicopter all of a sudden. That's very quick thinking. I got to give that to you. Now, for the learning curve, for the third experience, did Isaac learn anything?
Goodness. Well, we all learned a little bit from Noah's example of not to touch things, which is why he didn't try to even go for the dolphin, because he was afraid if Noah gets sucked away and he touches that, what the hell's going to happen to him? And learned a little bit about our shadows. They can be stronger, weaker.
And you can see them.
And they can be there.
Mm-hmm. So that would be what Isaac learned. Margot, did you learn anything?
Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff that we're not supposed to do. She's very pissed off about that. Main thing is, it wasn't an accident. Something caused this. And also, she's learned to not tell Thomas about any power that she has.
Probably good. And Alexis?
Oh yeah, learned lots. I mean, already kind of figured out that it wasn't an accident, but then basically confirming that Thomas is on the train and that his shadow's very strong, so it's possible he might have lost control and the shadow took over. And, so yeah, and then that her fucking husband is somehow involved in this shit show at the scene.
Tark?
Well, Tark learned that he can inhabit, for lack of a better word, otherwise inanimate objects, and can to some degree to control them. And he also learned that
And I did. Go ahead.
and also he learned, that knowledge that somebody stole his designs wasn't just something he knew about. That apparently it's a matter for the FBI, and that somehow it may be figuring into the cause of the wreck.
And I did not make you pay pathos for the use of the inhabit because it was your spontaneous manifestation of it. I felt story-wise it was a good time. And as a storyteller, I am very impressed with the quick thinking you had on that particular part of it. That was really good thinking. I didn't even think you would do that, so that was very good thinking on your part. Now we go to Aurora. What did you learn?
Oh, God. Learn that you can fall through the tempest and then get somebody to help you out. One of the rivermen or whatever they're called. Learn that there's a midnight express that's for wraiths. Learn that Thomas wasn't entirely truthful. Learned that it was a murder. Learned that apparently pulling things from this realm or from the skin realm to this realm can apparently send you flying like Noah was. Yeah, just learned a lot. Learned that she could change her freaking face.
And no one could tell whether Thomas was lying when he said he wasn't sure. Even with 5 successes, you think he was telling the truth. It's hard to tell. But you do know when he was first asked about whether someone could do it, he was being evasive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He was trying to get away from it.
And now we're going to go to the player voting, and we will start with Margot this time.
Oh, shit.
Who advanced the circle's agenda or the story the most and gets the bonus experience?
It's gonna have to be Alexis again, the investigative nature.
Y'all just gonna keep handing her XP here in the beginning
I
parts.
don't mean to, but she's investigating.
But right
the
now
realm.
at the scene, this is her place to shine.
Right, yeah.
And I have a feeling that Thomas, after this last discussion, is not going to want to be on the scene any longer. You've kind of
he's going to have a hard time getting Alexis away from it.
Not much to discover yet, but we'll see.
She's still going to find a fetter.
So now, Alexis?
I'm going to say Aurora, because she found out some really good details that came full circle at the end.
Thank you.
Only Aurora sharing what Prudence had told her about Thomas being on the train. She was the only one who knew about it. And Thomas is not happy with Prudence over sharing that particular bit of info. And now we'll move on to Aurora.
I would probably give it to Alexis. Her getting to the FBI agent, knowing who they are, that's a contact we could maybe use somehow. Maybe they would have information. We already know we can manipulate skin realms to some extent. She can implant memories, so that's a huge deal. And finding out that the dude had been stabbed is big.
Yeah, because you didn't know that prior. You weren't even here before. Actually, nobody knew that because she was at the front when we ended the last episode.
Yep.
So, and now Tart.
I'm going to give it to Alexis for advancing the story. I mean, her investigative skills are really helping out.
And then we come to Isaac.
Alexis. I mean, there was so much that just went around what she found out. So
I will also
we have to tie all that in.
Alexis will get one. I'm going to give a second one to Aurora because she sat on that information about Thomas being on the train until the perfect time to reveal it. And the rest of the circle jumped right on that and used it as the perfect chance to get much more info out of Thomas than he wanted to share at this point. But the dice roll where they roll, even as storyteller, and I will not fudge them for the sake of story. So you guys pulled more than he wanted to talk about at the moment. So
Before we wrap, can I roll for pursuing a passion?
we will do that. Give me a second.
Okay.
To the viewers, pop over to the Discord, over there, links over there, and vote on who you think should also get one more experience. It can be anybody. It can even be Noah. Doesn't matter. For whatever reason, why you think they should get one. And now, if someone, normally you're supposed to bring this up during the session, but we will bring it up now.
We kind of rushed through that end a little bit,
Yes,
so it wasn't
we
a
gotta
good
watch
time
the
to bring
time.
that up.
Does anyone feel they were pursuing their passion this episode? We will handle the shadows' passions again offline,
Off-scene. Yep.
off scene. But does anyone feel they were pursuing a passion?
Just recording things in my memory for my book.
Finding out why I died, is that close enough?
Let me go these first.
I would say, I would just throw out there at the end, we were all looking and making an effort to find out what happened and why the train wrecked, and that's
We
why
were all
Thomas
pursuing.
was being interrogated.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So that is true.
We
so
were all-
everyone
Mhm.
will get to roll for their passion to find out about the train crash. And the target number for that will be 6 because you were actively pursuing it and feeling it and not experiencing it through someone else. So everyone can roll. I believe everyone only has 1 dot in that particular passion.
Mhm.
So you roll 1 die and a target number of 6. And
I got a 9.
okay, if you get a success,
Hey.
you get a success, gain a pathos.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Now I'm looking through the others. And for the viewers out there, just to explain, when they're pursuing their passion, they can roll how strong the passion is to gain pathos, to gain this emotional energy, because they are built off emotion. So it's an important thing. It's hard sometimes in the scene to remember exactly when you should roll for it because you're caught in the scene. So I don't mind addressing it afterwards. The disadvantage of addressing afterwards is they didn't have access to the pathos in the middle of the scene.
No.
So that could have, come out to get them. Let's see. She did that. Alexis, I don't think I'm going to give you for always complete the mission.
Or make the husband pay, even though
Nope,
she was
none of
swearing
those.
about him. Because he's not there yet. She's really going
actually,
to fuck him up.
Isaac, you had 2 dots and why did the train wreck?
Yeah, I rolled both, but you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
I had
Yes,
one
that's
success.
correct. 1 success? Okay. I'm just going through to check. Finish your book saga. You think you're gathering stuff for the book. I will let you roll that, but your difficulty is going to be 8 for finish the book saga, Aurora.
All right.
Because it's a little bit more removed from what exactly is
Yeah.
on it.
No, I got a 2.
Okay. And then I'm looking at the last one. I don't see one for Tark, other than to find out why you died, because his family hasn't been brought into this game yet. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's enough to for the other passion to find the leaker of my research. I mean, I found out that it's known, so that gives me maybe some leads later on. But I don't know that it's enough to.
I will let you roll for I guess it's a difficulty of 8 for that.
Okay.
We know your dice.
Watch him succeed.
Nope. I got three sixes.
Now for the rest of the outro, of course.
Yep.
And thank you all for coming on this dark journey. I am so happy with the response we've gotten for this, for finally bringing Wraith to a stream. It's not a game for everybody. It's a very dark game. It's a difficult game. Some episodes will be darker than others. I think this one ended on a pretty heartbreaking note. Thomas, now you know, didn't find out. He spent so much time saving you all, he couldn't find out what happened to his own relative. And that may have been very important to him. And if you want to watch more content on the channel, every Saturday, 1 p.m., Ishval, D&D 5th edition Viking game. Some good stuff there. Haunted Chronicles of Darkness game that's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We've got second Sundays of the month. We have a Savannah by Night, which is Vampire the Masquerade. And trying to think, one shot. We don't have another one shot with Tam. A Friday one shot till next month.
Oh, it'll be in August. Yeah, it's going to be like the third week, unless
this will actually stream in August.
Yeah, and I think I'll actually. I think this one's got to move because the third week of August is my anniversary, so it'll either be the week before or after.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Stay married.
If you want to play with some of us, get on the Discord. Mm-hmm. We do our casting calls and we look for players, even on the one-shot streams we do, right on our Discord. So you don't just get to hang out with cool people; you get to play with us on a stream. If you just want to, if you want to break in, you don't even have to be experienced on stream. We've got people brand new to streaming. One of them's in this game. So, if you like what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Our YouTube link is in the chat. I've also got the YouTube link to Haunted Chronicles in Ishvale. Give them a subscribe. They've got the long, ugly URL, and I'm going to keep URL shaming Tam until we get a short one for him. I know he can't help it.
We can't help it.
It's the way it is. If you want to follow the cast of this, their Twitter is all right there. You can follow the cast.
If you want to support the players in this stream, donate bits or donations because those go straight to the players. Not me, because I'm married to the namesake of the channel, so he gets to buy me all my shit. But you guys can...
It's not required. We're not in this for the money, but if you want to give them something,
if you want them to be able to, get a coffee or get a soda or get a
bourbon for this.
Bourbon or a lunch.
My investment goes into new one-page RPGs. I thought it goes into good cigars. We can run new ones. So
good cigars.
I have
Red
those
Bull
anyway.
Here.
Okay.
So, buy me a Red Bull, please.
Yeah. See, so if you want to help support people here that play, then do give bits and donations because we do distribute those amongst all the players in the stream.
If you want to see the gear we're using to record this, it's actually I've got an Amazon link down in the Twitch panels that shows you all the gear I'm using on this end for when I'm recording at least. It's crazy, but sometimes people want to look at that, just letting them know. And I think that's it. I do thank you all for coming on this. What? Oh, yes. Check out these channels of people we like. These are other RPG content and just content we like to watch over here in the chat. Like Anime Panda, she's part of Haunted Chronicles. She does a D&D game and she face painting and plays video games. And she's actually, we just played a pirate game with her and it was amazing. Had such a blast doing that. Telling you what, that was some fun stuff. RPG Table, that's Junie. She does a vampire stream, and we love that group over there. There's so many over there. Oh my God, on that side over there. Just check them all out.
Just check them all out. Go check them out. Give them a follow if you're so inclined. Check out their streams, because they have some cool stuff.
Yep. And thank you all for coming on this dark journey. I hope to see you all next week. And it's fun and it's dark and I love it.
And go to Discord and vote for who gets that viewer XP.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
don't keep giving it to House, okay? Okay, he's not here.
He wasn't here this time.
You can give him one anyway because he's not here as a bonus, but we can't give it always to House and Tam.
I only got what I did.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.